Welcome to T Boys TV. We are back again with another hat show, obviously episode 287, and obviously in this one we will be talking about FA Cup defeat, unfortunately, and then obviously we will be getting into the game tomorrow. Obviously the games, like they have been now for a good while, coming thick and fast. But before we get into all of that, Dad, how have you been the last few days?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good.
It's good. But yeah, getting straight into it. And by the way, I've got the draw on in the background. As much as we're not in it, I am still interested to see who, certain teams do get, who the Premier League sides get as well, etc. So yeah, I have a little reaction to that at the same time. But yeah, the Fleetwood game going into it. I mean, yes, we expected a rotated lineup, but I think certain areas, were proven during the game that it just weren't really beneficial in terms of certain performances from players. So Shane goal, I mean, going into it, we actually went with Keeley. Large part of that is obviously the game coming up. Like we've said loads of times now, if there's a game he needs to be up for, it is the game coming up because they'll know his weaknesses. He'll know some of their weaknesses, but it's a game where, they've been with him for a while. Obviously, the same manager, Richie Welling. So he's going to know what's what. So I would have put him in, given that he played in the first round as well, obviously in the competition. We had Walters on the right and Johnson. I mean, I did say I'd go with both of them, to be honest, but I did want to see the likes of like Hakeem on the bench, which wasn't to be, and even Bramall. I wanted to see at least them options. I mean, going into it, we said we'd like to see a stronger bench, and don't get me wrong, it was strong, but then areas like that, you've got to make it stronger because the thing is with both of them as well, in particular Johnson, he's just come back. So where is the other options there? Like, I didn't like that. Mengi and Anderson, I mean, Mengi right now is probably still a starter for us. So I didn't mind that. Anderson, I mean, yes, I get it as a second team player right now, but I think you could have put Longwick in there personally. And then obviously the others, you had Ali on the left. Didn't mind that at all. We wanted to see him play in this game, keep up his form from the last game. Richards was in this game. For me, he shouldn't be getting rushed back for a game that's not the priority. I didn't understand that. And he didn't have the best of games. But again, he shouldn't have been playing from minute one. He should have been on the bench, at least, like we said, going into this game. He shouldn't have really been a priority to use for this game. It just doesn't make sense to me. One of the best players on form for us at the moment, you're putting him in a game where you should be giving others an opportunity. I didn't like that. Saville in this game. I mean, flipping hell. Didn't expect to see that either. Lamine, yes, I expected to see him. And then obviously Nelson, again, wanted to see him for this game. And then Nordos, again, we all wanted to see him play for this game. So there was no, I guess, things there. But then again, I guess maybe why he put Saville in was because Nakamba, I think he's gone back out to Zimbabwe or something like that. So at this point, it's just like we just got to get him off the books because if the guy's not going to play or he's going to play one game in flipping, 10 games, it's just pointless. It's so pointless at this stage. So, yeah, hopefully with January coming up, we just get rid of him because there's just no point now really playing in the odd Virtue Trophy game and things like that. It's frustrating because we know he can do a job in certain games. And I feel he would have done all right in this game if obviously he didn't go out away and things like that. But in terms of bench, like I say, it was strong, but there was areas I felt it could have been stronger. So we had Brown, Keeley, Kadoa, Longwick, Makoso, Morris, Naismith, Walsh, and Yates. So, they're all, players that have been involved in the first team. But even Makoso, I mean, I felt he should have got a go, to be honest. Given how he played the other day, given similar to Johnson at the time against Exeter, they haven't played for ages. I thought they were both pretty good in that game when they did have to be called upon. So yeah, there's certain areas. I thought the lineup, as much as we wanted to see rotation, I thought there was too many risks as well in that lineup, to be honest with you. But yeah, what did you think when you heard it, Dad?
I don't think it's too bad. Richards, it didn't quite work out, but everyone else I could kind of see. Nordas, we wanted him to start. Ali, we wanted him to start. Johnson and Walters getting their minutes up. We both had quite good games, to be fair. Lamine, Nelson again. But yeah, maybe see more defensive options on the bench. But obviously, a lot of them have been rested for this more important game you know. Well, definitely is now. Turns out to be. Probably should have won, but we didn't. And that's what happens. You know what I mean? A lottery of shit penalties, as I always say. Um, but yeah, the lineups was good enough. Um, so it is what it is. It's one of them games, a typical FA Cup game. In all honesty, cold, wet. They're at home. They're showing more fight. It kind of dulls you. You know what I mean? You can't um, play to your best abilities in that environment sometimes. You know what I mean? We've done well to come back. But the penalties, you know, Walsh, should have scored. But yeah, we'll get into it.
Yeah, I mean, the first half, from the sounds of things, obviously we listened to it, couldn't watch it or anything. It sounded like we were good in moments. It was just that final third. I mean, Ali sounded really, really good again in this game. Obviously he was good in the Exeter game as well. I mean, Nordos was having chances, but he wasn't quite tucking them away. By the sounds of it, obviously, you had us have a lot of the ball, which is obviously the way Wilshere wants to play and things like that. But you couldn't really break through, to be honest, in the first half. And a lot of Luton fans, and again, massive shout out to Darth Vader for the video he did. That was really good. He was saying at half time, it just seems like it's one of them where like Nordos is type game for him, or like someone's going to cost either side, like slip in. It was that kind of weather. And it was one where I just felt we just needed to try and break through. But then going into the second half, we do make changes, or we made a change straight away. Saville for Walsh. And, at the time, I thought maybe it was an injury, just knowing our luck, you know what it's like. But nothing's quite come out. There's still no team news as we speak for tomorrow. So I'm not sure, I don't think anything's too serious for Saville, but it'd be a massive, massive blow if he is.
I just think that was always the plan, rest, start, and bringing him
I think so as well. Because I did watch Wilshere after the game, and he didn't get asked anything on it, but either way, probably would have said, or been asked if the others knew. But yeah, obviously Kadawa come on as well for Ali. I mean, a little bit surprised in a way. And again, I know we've seen Kadawa play on the left, but I felt with Ali not really being a starter at the moment, for me, as much as he's been good the last two games, in terms of the league, the more vital games, I still wouldn't say he's done enough yet. I think like Bramall's still ahead of him, or someone like that's a bit higher. So I'd give him a bit more minutes, to be honest. That was the only sub I was a bit surprised about. I mean, Nordos obviously come off. Like I say, he had chances, but obviously wasn't quite to be for him, unfortunately. And then obviously Richards come off. I mean, Richards should have come off earlier. If anything, Richards should have been coming off the time Saville come off for me, because, I just didn't like seeing him in that type of game. When he's, like I say, our most vital player right now, one of our most vital players in terms of actually creating chances and scoring. I didn't like that. He comes straight back in for this game because, for example, when we got Jordan Clark coming back, whenever that is, sounds like it's going to be pretty soon. I don't want to see him come straight back in either. I know he's really good, but I don't want to see it because, you have that element of risk. You've got to be managing them like we have with Jacob Brown, for example, that you've got to be doing similar stuff for me. And also with the fact, obviously, we've got January coming up, I'm hoping, that we do go out there and get a creative midfielder, because I feel we do need that. I've seen people say a striker. I don't want another striker, man. You've got too many. Unless Nordos goes, then I'll take a striker that's like, another option type thing. I just think the amount of, I don't want to say bigger names, but, look at who we have. They should be doing better. I just don't think that's the answer. I feel there's a lot of creativity that needs to be helped for them strikers as well. Especially the way that, we play sometimes, trying to play long balls, etc. And I think if you have the likes of, look at that Rotherham game, for example, the midfield was so static. It was struggling to break it down. I feel if you've got a creative midfielder in there, they're going to be able to do that. So, yeah, that's what I think on that. But, yeah, obviously Brown come on. Obviously was decent throughout the game. The penalty was unlucky, to be honest. I felt it was a good save. But, yeah, in terms of the penalties, I mean, I was disappointed with Walsh's. I've got to be honest. It weren't really the penalty. It was his reaction after. Just picked up the ball casually like he's just scored a flipping banger. And I am getting a bit frustrated with him now. I've got to be honest, because yes, he was unlucky in like the game. What game was it? The Bolton game, to not score. But I mean, 2 goal contributions in 2 seasons for a creative midfielder. It's not good enough, man. Let's just be real with it. It's just not good enough. And yeah, I just feel as well on top of that. That's another reason I feel we need it. To be honest, in terms of creative midfielder, obviously Baptiste out long term. We don't know what's going to happen with Clark. Let's just be honest with it. Yes, all right, the injury might actually benefit us in terms of like other teams not looking at him. But either way, he could easily still go towards the end of the season if we don't go up. I could see that to be honest. But yeah, I mean, the game itself, well done to come back from twice. Behind. Obviously previous years we wouldn't have done that. Mengi another great goal, very similar to his goal we scored against Millwall. Obviously, last season when we won 1-0. But yeah, it was good for the fight back. I mean, Yates, right place, right time. Couldn't really miss for me. But fair enough. He was there, right time, right place. I mean, Walters, I think he's great going forward, but I do think vulnerability is him defensively. I mean, you look at the first goal. Yes, Shea was awful. It should have saved it. But at the same time, there was a lot of space. And there was a few times on that right-hand side, they had a lot of chances. Obviously, their second goal, I thought was a great goal. But at the same time, we gave them way too much space. So it was frustrating in that predicament. And then, like I say, we get back into it, bring Shaden Morris on. Again, I thought should have come on much earlier in this game, given that it's against his former club as well. It would have been good for him, but great finish by Mengi. And then by the sounds of it, we had a few chances in extra time, especially in particular in the first half. I think Naismith had a run at one point. And he weren't too bad when he come on, but yeah, overall, it wasn't quite enough while coming back, unfortunately. And yes, the weather was not great, but I felt we had chances to win that, and we probably should have, to be honest. And yeah, I was just disappointed with the penalties, to be honest. Especially in particular the Walsh one, to be honest. And yeah, I'm just getting a bit frustrated now because it's like, well, we can all hope he does something, but then when? Do you know what I mean? And we're just so hit and miss. You don't know what's going to happen with us. And yeah, it's just frustrating, really. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. Also, right, it's just come out. We would have got Port Vale away. We were actually playing this weekend. So that's who we would have got if we progressed. Spurs, Aston Villa. Jeez, that's a decent tie for the third round, isn't it? So yeah, that's who we would have got. Port Vale away, who we're playing this weekend. Who I do expect to play a low block, but obviously we'll get into that later on in the week. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Like I say, we had chances to win it, and yes, we weren't going to win the FA Cup, but I just didn't like the way it went down, to be honest. And in particular the goals. I mean, like I say, the second goal was great from them, but I mean, you've got to be closing him down, man. There's 2 players around him. Just close him down. And like I say, I wouldn't have put Shea in goal for this game. And we said it before. So, yeah, it is a shame. It is a shame we've gone out this early, but is what it is. All focus on the league and the Virtue Trophy, I guess, Dad.
Well, it is, but now that we Port Vale, we could have done that as well. But it is what it is. You've then games that other teams will be playing and get a backlog of fixtures potentially because they're in, certain trophies and that, that'll help us. So yeah, was we going to win the FA Cup? Not really. Do you know what I mean? Priority is to get and we're in a good position. So if we, get a good result tomorrow, which I think we do need, especially after the 5-0 defeat the last time out. So yeah, we need to. It's going to be hard though because they got battered at Salford, so they'll be looking to bounce back as well. So it's going to be a tight game, but I expect some regulars to come into the team, and we should come away with at least a point, I reckon.
Yeah,
Watford got.
I don't actually know yet, but Charlton have got Chelsea at home, and Man City have just got Exeter. So I do feel sorry for Exeter, to be quite honest with you. But West Ham, we're about to find out who West Ham get here. Like I say, it's a live reaction to this, guys. So they have got QPR. So London derby. So that could be interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if QPR do them, to be honest. I mean, the way West Ham have been pretty poor this season. Let's be honest. QPR are actually on good form. But yeah, no, I don't think Watford's done yet, as far as I'm aware. So yeah, we'll go through some comments. Big up to Paul, says, evening lads. Big up to yourself, Paul. Big up to yourself as well, Matt. Jackie says, hi, Ty Daz. I was disappointed with the penalties. Terrible. Yeah, I was a little bit. Like I say, Naismith's penalty, the first two penalties were good. Especially Naismith's. I was impressed. But, I mean, even going to the penalty takers, I mean, very surprised Shaden Morris weren't on a penalty. Very surprised Yates wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, why is that? I mean, I can understand Yates one. Maybe he might not be... Because let's be honest, like, certain fans are still very sceptical of him.
Yeah,
so he might not have had the confidence.
He shouldn't be bottling it. He should be stepping up. You're a striker.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Penalty. Like, do you know what I mean?
No, yeah, I hear what you mean. But Shaden Morris, like, I was very surprised he didn't take one. I mean, he's already took one for us this year. Very good penalty as well. So, yeah, it's a bit of a shame. Like, I mean, yes, Naismith scored, but defender taking his second penalty, I mean, that's a bit worrying for me. Liverpool versus Barnsley, by the way. That's just come out. So, yeah, that's good. That's some mental draws, to be quite honest with you. But Barnsley going to Anfield, you know. So, yeah. But, yeah, like I say, I was disappointed a little bit, to be honest. Like, again, like I say, and I said it myself, we're not going to win the FA Cup. But, yeah, I felt we could have obviously done better. I did expect a tough game, you know, going into it. And I did say that. But, yeah, I just thought in certain elements we could have done better. And, you know, even with a second string, you know, team, I felt there was elements where we got to show that the squad depth is as good as a lot of us feel it is. So, yeah, Jackie says it's going to be really hard to predict tomorrow. You never know how we're going to play. No, exactly. And to be honest, you don't know how they're going to respond. I mean, they have to respond because they got absolutely dropped the other day. And I did watch it. Portsmouth Arsenal, by the way, as well. So there's some really good ties in this, to be fair. But yeah, no, I agree. Like, and Richie Wellings, I do like the way he comes across. Like, he's no nonsense. Do you know what I mean? Like, even if they lose the game, he won't. Yeah, I know. He won't dress anything up. You know, he'll just say it how it is. So it's going to be tough. And also, we were linked with him. So, you know, and apparently he did have a interview like Wilshere as well. So obviously, we have seen something in him. So he might try and get one over us anyway, just due to that as well. So it's going to be a difficult game. But yeah, in terms of that game, I mean, players we got to watch out for. We definitely got to watch out for, obviously, Connolly. I mean, 12 goal contributions this season. I mean, none of our strikers are even close to that at all. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be an interesting game for sure, isn't it, Dad?
Yeah, I mean, we had him on loan a few seasons ago. He looked really good, looked good at Brighton. You know, I still think he's probably too good for League One, but maybe it's an attitude thing. He'll definitely be a danger. You know, the manager, their stadium, tight. So yeah, it is going to be difficult. And away, we need to. You know, we ain't been bad away, but you know, these are sort of games we should be winning now. Do you know what I mean? Chance to get in the top 6 as well. I don't know if other teams are playing tomorrow.
I think there's only maybe one game in League One. Let me just double check. So I'm pretty sure there's only one. Oh no, there's actually quite a load. I didn't realise.
Normal week then, yeah. So definitely even further, going into that Port Vale game, which we should definitely be winning that game. I think they're bottom of the league.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
You know, so yeah, it's going to be difficult. But they're a bit wishy-washy. Do you know what I mean? You never know what you're going to get from them either. They've lost 8 times, one more game than us. They've drawn a few, only 3 games, the same as us. So it depends, who turns up and that. But, Bram will be back.
Hakeem needs to be in this game for me.
Hakeem, yeah. So I expect us to get a result, definitely.
Yeah, just talking on the draw, Boreham Wood, obviously very close to us, as we know, obviously played them in a friendly. They've either got Brackley or Burton at home. So I actually think they could win that, to be honest. Yeah. Obviously, Brackley and Burton play just over half an hour. But yeah, Watford are still in it. They're number 40. MK Dons have just got Oxford at home. So
that's quite a bit of a derby, they would say.
Yeah, not too far. I mean, yeah, the teams in it. I mean, Man United are still in it, to be honest. Brighton, Palace. There is a few Prem teams. But yeah, we'll just it's pretty much done anyway. So I do think quite a lot of them teams would be difficult for Watford, to be honest. Other than, with all due respect, probably like Macclesfield and that probably won't be too difficult. Cambridge, I mean, let's see who they get. Pelly Ruddock, might as well do a little live thing. Birmingham, it's not too easy, is it? To be honest, but yeah, no. Number 8 is Bristol City. I mean,
Watford got Bristol City.
Oh, there you go. Jamie's just give it away. She's slightly ahead of me. So, yeah, there you go. That's who they got. But by the way, Bristol City Millwall, I saw the fights the other day after that game. That was mental. But yeah, back to this game. Big up to Ben. He says, hi, Ty and Daz. Hope you're both well. I'm going to go Leyton Orient 2, Luton 3. Jeez, classic. Do you know what? There could be a lot of goals, to be honest. Obviously, we'll get into our predictions. Like I say, we don't really know what to expect. In terms of, well, both of us, we've both got to respond after FA Cup defeats, to League Two sides. So it's going to be interesting. But yeah, as for me going into this game, it's a bit hit and miss. It's a bit hit and miss on how I'm feeling. Like, I feel we could maybe nick something, but at the same time, because they've got to go for it, they've got to respond. And I thought Leyton Orient, they're doing much better this year. Obviously, they can still, towards the, later stages, be right up there. But in terms of, I thought they'd be in and around the playoffs by now. They've had a lot of hit and miss results. They've had really close games, a lot. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a difficult game. But yeah, in terms of a lineup for this game, so I'll start off with the lineup I'd go with for this game. So let me just get it up. But yeah, do get in your predictions. Do get in your lineups in the chat as well. So let me just share the screen. Why does it tell me this every time? I've shared my screen loads of times. Right, anyway. So let me just go to it. Right, so there we go. 1 second. Right, there you go. So that's my lineup going into this game. So, yeah, obviously, Keeley in goal. He's got to be back in goal. Shea, not great game the other day anyway. But yeah, that's why I'd have put Keeley in goal in the previous game to get him up for this game. Yes, goalkeeper's a bit of an easier position in terms of not really having to get to grips. But at the same time, the type of game it is against his former club, I'd have put him in goal. So he's going to be in goal. We all know that. Unless he gets injured last minute. Touch wood, he doesn't. Hakeem on the right. I mean, you could either put him as a right back or right wing back. I mean, he's done well in wherever he's played, to be quite honest with you. But I would play a back 4 for this game. And I've tried to make it a bit realistic in terms of the one up front. Obviously, I'd love 2 up front, but how many times have we said that and we ain't seen it? So I've tried to make it a bit more realistic with the formation we have used as well. So I've gone, obviously, Hakeem on the right. Centre-backs, I've got Mengi and Longwick. I feel Longwick has to play. Obviously very good in the Huddersfield game in particular recently. And yeah, he's done well anyway. He had a point to prove to Wilshere in the Barnsley game, not getting selected. And since then, he's been really good. So I'd stick with him. Mengi, again, obviously scored a great goal the other day. And I don't think he was bad in the game. But yeah, I would put him back in for this one. In again, shall I say. I mean, yes, we're a bit sceptical on Naismith on the left, but again, it's that captain element. I don't really see who else we would, give the armband to in terms of them other players. I wouldn't mind Saville having it, but it's not realistic, in my opinion, with us selecting him right now anyway. So I would put Naismith there. I mean, he weren't too bad the other day. He's better than he has been. So I would go with him there. Saville in his own role. Exactly where he played when we beat Stockport 3-0 in his own role. I think that's much more beneficial. Yes, him and Walsh have played well together, but like I say, I've been pretty disappointed with Walsh, to be honest. Yes, he can pick out a pass, but he's not, like I say, 2 goal contributors. It's not good enough, man, in 2 seasons. Like, how long are we going to keep saying, we hope he does this? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd love to be proven wrong, but how many times have I said that? So Saville in his own role, and also him and Lamine, it doesn't really work, in my opinion. Lamine's better further forward in terms of when Saville plays as well, I feel. And obviously, I'll put Lamine higher. I'll put Kadara on the right. He should be starting this game for me. And then I'll bring Shaden Morris on a bit later on in the game. I would go with Richards again, partly because I don't really want to put Walsh in, like I've said. And then I've gone Bramall on the left, and then up front, I'd love Nordos. I feel Nordos is better for this type of game, but it's probably going to be Yates. So that one I've tried to be a bit more realistic in terms of that. And I just think as well with the fact that Yates did score the other day and Nordos didn't, I feel we'll just put him in anyway due to that. And let's hope Yates has got a bit of confidence. But again, we've said that a few times this year and he's still been very hit and miss. So yeah, that's my lineup for this game. So do let me know how you do feel about that lineup. In terms of your lineup, bud, I'm just going to get it up now. Let me share my screen. Right, so... right. But yeah, do get in yours as well. Right. Right, there you go, Dad. There's yours.
Yeah, so not too dissimilar from yours. Keeley obviously starting. Naismith, I feel, will come back in. Although Johnson and Walters have both done really well, they've played a lot of football over the last, couple of games, and I think they need to be rested. So Naismith and Hakeem, I'm going to bring in. Longwick, I'm bringing back in as well because I feel that the others. Anderson, I've kept instead of Mengi, but I could see either way. But I feel like they're going to try and play a few long balls up towards Connolly and stuff like that. And Anderson is dipped in form a little bit, but he always wins his headers. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like that's what we're going to go with. Saville, so he goes straight back into that position. Kadua, for me, he's got to start on the right. He's surely now he's earned a place in the starting lineup. Bramall obviously comes straight, and if Naismith wasn't the captain, I think Bramall could be a good contender. Lamine as well, been a bit rested in that. I'm sticking with Walsh, unless Nelson, I feels like had quite a few games recently. Richards weren't great in the last game, and he's probably better on the right cutting in. So I'm going to stick with Walsh there, and then obviously Yates up front, and then it'd be interesting to see. But I do think what Walters was really good in the last, especially going forward. But this is a tough game, and I feel like Hakeem's very better defensively than Walters. So yeah.
Yep. No, that's fair enough. Like I say, we've tried to be a bit realistic as well in terms of having Yates. I mean, like I say, I would like to see Nordos in this type of game, so I feel it's more beneficial, especially in terms of the way we will play. We've trying to play them long balls at times, but yeah, I just can't see it. I just can't see it, unfortunately. But yeah, let's go through other comments. Big up to Jamie, obviously a Sheffield United fan. You guys are picking up a bit now. McGuinness, by the way, 9.2 rating the other day.
He scored, didn't he?
Yeah. He did score the first goal. Yeah,
it must have been a header. Must have been a header.
Yeah, let us know, Jamie. Let us know, mate. But yeah, I think in terms of when he is like proper raring to go, it will do good for you. Chong, I'm not too sure, man. I just think I said it the other day. I look at Chong's stats, even at Birmingham, they weren't even great. And I don't really look at stats, but I mean, that's just less said. 4-2 to Luton. Big up to yourself, mate. Love that prediction. That'll be very good. I think last time we even went 4-2 up in a game was probably Newcastle away, Dad.
Yeah.
In the 4-all. So yeah, Jackie's gone 2-1. Obviously Hakeem and Bramall to score. Okay, that's very interesting goal scorers. Yeah, like I say, Harry, I don't actually think it was that bad, to be honest. Yeah, Charlton-Chelsea, yeah, that's a banging game. That is a banging game. But yeah, obviously, Burton, if they do go through, can play Bournemouth at home. But you know what? I said it before you come on. I actually think Bournemouth will do it, to be quite honest here. So yeah. Well, there you go. You've just said it there. I didn't even see that. So yeah. Yeah, Mengi ruined Harry's prediction. Yeah, he said 2-1. Honestly, I thought as soon as that happened, mate, I thought you were going to get some 3 points. Big up to Phil as well. He said 3-2 to Luton. So a lot of us, well, in the chat, believe there'll be goals. Do you think there'll be goals in this game, Dad? And can we bounce back after the FA Cup defeat?
I think it'll be a little bit cagey. You know, we'll be a little bit, all right, we played away in the last game, come back and that, but the 5-0 puts us on edge. They'll be on the front foot. They have got quite a few decent players. They'll be set up well. They'll be looking to go. Connolly will be dangerous. So yeah, another game where I think, you know, last game I said we have to come back. I did do a mad prediction 5-2, but you know, we had to come back twice. I think we'll have to come back again in this game. But I do think it's just going to be like a draw. So I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw.
Goals. Okay, interesting. As for me, I believe it will be a draw as well. I'm going to go slightly less goals. I'm going to say 1-1 in this game. But what I will say, which maybe could give us a little bit of confidence, is the last 2 times we have won there. We have won.
We have got a good record against them.
Yeah.
I feel like they're going to be bang up for it. And,
yeah,
you know,
they have to be. You know, after that previous game, they've got
the way
to.
we've played all season. Do you know what I mean?
You never know what you're going to get with us.
See,
Very hit and miss. And also, like I say, obviously it's been since 2008, last time they beat us. Obviously, we have played 5 times since. So maybe if there's something to hold on to, it is that, I guess.
I'll take a 1-0. I'll take a 1-0 all day.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Like, I'll take that 1-0 we used to take a lot under Nathan Jones. You know, where the fighting spirit was just there. Like that Blackpool game we went to, the final time we saw Nathan Jones, like in the flesh. That type of performance. If we have to defend like that, so be it. As long as we get the result, because we need to start doing that now. So that's how I see it. In terms of that, do let us know your score predictions as well. Other predictions. Yeah, Harry agrees with you, Dad. He's gone 2-2 as well. Paul says 2-1. Yates and Kadoa to score. Yeah, I hope Yates scores. I really do, but I just don't know with him. He's very hit and miss. Like I say, you never know what you're going to get. I mean, Harry says Yates late equaliser. I mean, would you right now, Dad? Obviously, we have gone with a draw, but like, if you could take a draw before the game, would you take it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After the 5-0 defeat, yeah.
And I think the fact that we both like need to bounce back, and then more so like being the home team as well, like. Yeah, I mean, because I did watch their game and they were awful. I mean, even Connolly, I thought he would be like really good in that type of game. He was pretty poor, I'm not going to lie. So, yeah, we'll see. But it'd be typical for him to score against us, former player as well. Yeah, exactly. And I said it earlier before you come on. Obviously, we were rumoured to interview him along with Wilshere. So he might have that extra determination as well to try and get one over us in terms of that as well. And yeah, like I just like the way he don't dress it up. It gives me sort of like Nathan Jones vibes. The way he is, like after a game, he'll just say what he saw. Do you know what I mean? He won't like be like, oh yeah, it's all right, we'll bounce back. Like, do you know what I mean? Like he's quite ruthless with it. But I like managers like that. Ben says went to a friendly a few years back. We lost 4-1, but that was about 20 odd years ago. Jeez. Well, hopefully, mate, that's not the case tomorrow. I would take anything. Yeah, I agree. I'm hoping Yates doesn't play. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he should start, but I just think he will. Also with the fact he scored as well. But yeah, in terms of your 2 goal scorers, Dad, for this game,
I'm going to go Kadoa if he starts, especially if he starts, and I was going to go with Saville.
Oh, that's an interesting one. I mean, start of the season, when we kept saying that upon games, if we did at the time, I wouldn't have been surprised because he was having like our best chances in games, like shooting outside the box and things like that. Would be good for him. As for me, you know what? I'm going to go Lamine. Right, and Lamine will get our 1 goal. Then probably going to be Connolly in it. Let's be honest, or Ballard. I think it is. It'd be one of them probably. So yeah, we shall see. But yeah, Harry's gone Bramall and Yates to score. Yeah, that'd be good for Bramall. I can see Bramall getting an assist, to be honest, on that left-hand side. But yeah, Chat GPT has said 2-1 again to Luton. So
Like that, don't I?
yeah, I was going to say that to you earlier when you told me. I was going to say, I loves that prediction. But yeah, any final things, Dad, you want to say before we end it?
No, it's good that we've got a game so quickly, and it's quite a pivotal game really. Because Keeley, you don't want to see him get absolutely roasted in this game. I don't think he will, but he should be putting in pretty decent performance in this game. Naturally, I would have thought. And yeah, the players that are coming back in, Bramall should be dangerous. The Yates has scored a couple in, recently. He is putting them away. But yeah, Nordash should be definitely on the bench, and I want to see Cadell start. So yeah, we've got to be up for it, and I think there will be.
Yeah, well, yeah, they need to be. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, and I actually I want to get as far in the Virtue Trophy as possible. I've said that, but like now the 2 cup games are out of the way for now. I'm sort of happy about that. And obviously we did get Swindon as well, which is going to be a very difficult game. I mean, I didn't actually realise how well they're actually doing in League Two. And they beat Bolton 4-0. And again, I don't know if Bolton rotate, but still, that's very impressive. So it's not going to be an easy game, but we are at home, so I think that can maybe benefit us, to edge it or something. But obviously, we'll preview that nearer the time and stuff. But yeah, in terms of the cup games out of the way now, for me, I know the FA Cup, you love it for the shocks and the surprises. Obviously, we didn't this weekend, but overall. But in terms of, the bread and butter for us, which is the league, I'm happy to see that back and actually be able to watch the game. And talking of watching the game, obviously we will be doing a watch along. So do tune into that, guys. It'll be good to be doing another one. And hopefully we can score a couple of goals again, Dad, like we did in the last one. And obviously in the last league game. So yeah, do tune into that. And then obviously there'll be a match reaction from myself as well. And then obviously we'll be back again on Friday with a hat show. Obviously getting to the player ratings for this game. Preview the Port Vale game, which we are going to. We found out where we are sitting today. We're in a new stand. So yeah, it's gonna be good. Obviously, been there a few times. And then yeah, obviously on Saturday, there'll be obviously my reaction. I'm not sure if David's going, I'll have to ask him. But either way, Mike is, so Mike will be on the channel as well. And yeah, so it'd be good to do all that. And then obviously there'll be a vlog as well. So check all that out. Might upload the vlog on Sunday though, to be honest, and let all the reactions go out and everything like that. So yeah, big up to everyone that's tuned into this. Do smash a like if you haven't already. Do subscribe to the channel. And do follow me across all my socials. And again, massive shout out to Darth Vader for doing that video the other day. And he actually enjoyed it. He said to me after he enjoyed it, and he might do more because obviously he lives up north. So it'll be for the northern games that I can't quite attend. So yeah, big up to everyone that watched that as well. And yeah, last load of comments before we go. Limbs needed for sure. Yeah, 100%. We need to bring them back. Like them times we were in the Premier League. And we had all them limbs there. The Newcastle game, for example.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, where's that gone? Nash just capitulated, mate. I mean, to score a goal against Bolton was great. And that time probably felt we were going to go on to win, which we're very unlucky not to do. But yeah, we just need to see that again for sure. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. We said that. I said that. So obviously who we got. And we probably could have won that game, I believe, even at their place. But is what it is. Big up to Ben. He says, great live. Boys, see you tomorrow. Yep. Big up to yourself, mate. Big up to Daz. He says, back in Belgium now after being over to the trip to Fleetwood.
Oh.
Great strike by Tida Mengi, but overall the football rules are bed. A good day out. Yeah, I mean, every fan that went, fair play. Massive fair play. Obviously, again, like I say, it's not our priority, especially you in particular, mate. Back in Belgium, jeez, I didn't even know that. But yeah, I do feel sorry. And I nearly ended up going to that game, so I'm flipping glad I didn't in the end for that perspective. But yeah, I mean, fair play, mate, for travelling. And obviously, I know we got a few fans that come over from the likes of Ireland and things like that, and a few season ticket actual holders as well. So shout out to all the international fans as well. And yeah, man, hopefully we can sort ourselves out, and hopefully the next time you go to a game, mate, we actually win. That'd be good. And it was pretty good actually when I was in Huddersfield just before we ended the game, or when I was at the Huddersfield game at home. Behind me there was a couple of Irish like Luton fans. It was good to see that. So hopefully we can start getting some results sooner rather than later. But let's see how tomorrow goes. Both need to bounce back. Who is going to win? We shall see tomorrow. So yeah, big up to everyone. Like I say, smash a like, subscribe, all of that. And there was a comment actually, which I nearly missed, which I don't want to miss because it is actually quite important, but I'm not sure where it's gone. Where has it gone? Let me just find it real quick. I'm not too sure where it's gone, but let me try and see it on there. Either way, it was. It was Matt. That was it. So obviously, unfortunately, obviously when Charlton played this weekend, obviously unfortunately lost one of their long time fans. Obviously Norm, unfortunately, and obviously they are playing tomorrow against Middlesbrough. So hopefully for him they can get a result. But I know a lot of the Charlton fans did know him. He did actually get a picture with Nathan Jones once as well. And yeah, it's sad to see. It's really, really sad to see. So yeah, RIP, and obviously my thoughts are with his friends and family and everyone at Charlton, man. So yeah, hopefully they get a result for him tomorrow as well. Did want to talk on that as well. So yeah, really, really sad to see. But yeah, big up to everyone that's tuned in. And like I say, we'll be back again for a watch along tomorrow. So tune into that. And yeah, have a good rest of your evening, guys. Until next time. We'll see you guys in a bit. Take care and peace. Come on, Luton. Let's bounce back.